What's happening, guys? So welcome back to the Race Against Time. We are just under 8 weeks out now, 7 weeks and 5 days to be precise. I am currently Pond Road at Ross's establishment and Grace's. They've put me up for the night because we were up yesterday filming for Procoach for the seminar, and then me and Cal are going to be shooting over to Dubai tonight. So I'm up in Manchester. I thought rather than going home after the seminar and then coming back up for my flight from Manchester, stayed here. So we're training today. We've got push. I'm actually in with Cal. I wanted to get this video done for some time, especially at this point, the halfway point of prep, for him to chat about how it's been for me, how he thought I've dealt with it, with the workload, the travelling and everything, and generally how I look. So he's staying over at Oscar's last night. I used his bed last night because I kicked him out basically. So he went over with Oscar. So he's going to be over here in about 15 minutes, I think. We're getting to that big point of prep now where I'm feeling it. And we shot earlier this week 2 shoots in one day. Ross was on I did 2 shoots and then I stayed over and then I shot Ross the next day and I was battered. And that's when I was like, yeah, I need to start managing this workload a little bit more. So we'll get Cal on camera later to discuss how he thinks it's been going, and we'll take you through the day. So the meals prepped for today and for like the first few hours in Dubai. Food, I'm not sure, well obviously food's dropped since I filmed with Jack. I've not really touched on where I'm at calorie wise, but it's about 2,700 training days, 2,003 rest days, rest day yesterday, and then today we've got 2 meals, chicken, rice, veg, 1 meal of chicken and veg, which will be with bagels post workout, and then for the flight I've got a steak and veg meal. I've put them in these zip bags because obviously that takes up too much space, so I'm just going to ram these in my camera bag, leave that on the flight about an hour into it, and then I've got 3 more servings of chicken for when I get to Dubai. I'm not sure how quick I'm going to be able to get food, and then because of the vegan whey that I'm using, I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to get out there, so I've put 160 grams of vegan whey in there, so that should tie me over till I get back on Friday. And what else do I have? And I've cooked up a batch of chicken sausages as well, so we're staying on track. We're making sure we've got enough just in case things go tits up when we get in Dubai. Cal's fiance Hannah's already over there. She was filming for the Eddie Hall fight, so she's going to be in the apartment where we're staying, so fingers crossed she can maybe get some bits in ready so it's not a panic when we get there, food's there and we can just crack on business. So we are ready to rock. Cal has ramped up the content for Procoach.
I'm gonna be doing
emotions a little bit. You
Yeah,
can get
yeah.
away with like a slow, like a storytelling.
Yeah.
The spawn is off. It's also can still see that.
The icing on the cake.
Right then, so we are just north of 7 weeks out, I think.
Yeah.
I think the first phase of prep has been smoother than I anticipated in terms of how how he's responded from a fat loss perspective systemically. So like I remember when we posed in shreds, and it must have been the start of January, maybe just after Christmas, start of Jan, and you went through a couple of rounds of me in January. Those like storage patterns that we knew were going to potentially be prevalent were very prevalent, and I think at that point in a prep, when you've got time, it's also a little bit of a red flag to kind of give you a bit of a warning sign as to where you're going to have to monitor the overall change of the look, because those areas are going to come in last. The lower back, for you is a little bit around your umbilical, in terms of like that little pouch around your umbilical, and then glutes were another one. Whereas like I wasn't really sure think there's like a differentiation between people who can't get condition going through the glutes or don't have enough tissue to actually have glutes being presentable. And I think because you were holding, a good chunk of body fat around, you couldn't really tell either at that start. Then obviously as more has pulled off, you've actually got really good development around your posterior chain, and like that lower back was a really strong element of holding a lot at the start of prep, and then the first 8 weeks it's just gone very quickly, and that'll be a huge element of your physique from the rear. But I think from an objective perspective, obviously taking his emotional attachment out of the process, everything is moving as it should be. I think, as we've already discussed, and I think he might discuss on his part of the video this week, I think the big area for Jay now is just managing all those spinning plates in his life at the moment, and allowing that to coincide with an effective prep, because the fatigue management element of this is going to be coming into play in regards to him being busy from a work standpoint, and him being busy from a prep standpoint in terms of his workload on both sides, and how that's not going to ideally hinder either side of the coin. But this is an organisation thing, so it won't be an issue. But we reached like the midpoint of prep last week. We ran a full 1 week diet break back at maintenance, where you might have put on
pretty much, it was like
less than a pound.
less than a pound.
So like literally nothing. He just kind of soaked it up, and it didn't really have any impact on what was happening metabolically. But obviously we pulled him back down to the same calorie point, and you dropped a fairly substantial amount in that, 6 pounds, isn't it? So that, I think that probably gives us a bit of a sign of how retentive he is from a stress perspective, because pulling training back, because didn't you devolume in that week as well?
Yeah, we just went back to
base volume.
Base volume.
Yeah, so his training volume pulled down significantly, and his food pushed up. And then as soon as we pulled back into the deficit, 6 pound came off. So for me, that's like, right, that's him in a pretty overreach state if you're losing that much body weight in that length of time when you're pulling things back and then pushing in, and that's happening. So it's a little bit of a learning point when you look at how you move someone into a peak and how you move someone into the back end of a prep. If you know that they're going to be that retentive when stress is high, even more of an important consideration to kind of taper them into that show, just so you can negate those variables happening, and it's just a more predictable response at the end of the day for you. But north of 7 weeks out, I think at the speed you're responding now and how quickly you're dropping, it's more so putting us in a position where it's maintaining the look and carrying you through, as opposed to worrying that we're actually going to get there in the first place, which is an advantage position. It's a good position to be in. So I think this is probably going to be the first time you've legitimately been peeled, which is a new experience for you in terms of how you feel as well.
I'm not far off that lowest from 2020.
Yeah.
Easily, in terms of condition.
Yeah, but you're obviously carrying more muscle this time.
Yeah.
So it's a different look.
Yeah.
And the demands on you as an individual at that condition, but holding that level of muscle mass, is also a different aspect as well.
Yeah.
And like your training intensity and your performance. One thing we have done over the last couple of weeks is we've taken him from that higher volume set point that we had him on at the start of prep, and we just gradually pulled that down by 2 tiers, I think, by 2 blocks. So where we peaked him at the end of his off season, we've gradually started pulling that down now. So that will continue to come down over the next 7.5 weeks. And I think something for you in terms of analysis is getting used to taking check-in photos in less humble lighting as well.
Yeah.
Because for me, even when I see that on your photos, it gives me sometimes a false sense of appreciation of where we're at when it's so striking in terms of what's happening with the lighting perspective. So seeing you today in person kind of paints the picture. Because you always get that with clients where they'll send you the most obscene check-in photos in the gym where it's down lighting, they got a pump, and then they send you morning photos the day after, and they're you don't even look like the same person.
That's why I jumped in the garden this week to see what it looked
like natural lighting. Yeah, because you can't hide.
I was going to send them to you, but I didn't want to spam you. So
yeah, that's fine. So you get appreciation of both sides of the spectrum there. But yeah, we're going to go through push today, and then we'll do some posing. And I'm about to drink 1 gram of caffeine.
let's do it.
Cheers.
Yeah. We got plenty of room. You look like the Ninja Turtles with a backpack.
Oh,
Really?
so good. known Jay now, coming up to 4 years. And it's always been something that he's wanted to do, but I don't think the stars have ever aligned in terms of maybe gelling up with the right coach or just being in the right mindset more than anything. I cannot be calling coaches, but it's just more so having the right mindset, because everything revolves around your mindset. You set your mind on anything, you will get it done, because your mind is the most powerful muscle in your body. And that's evident because for Jay now to be in the condition he is, traveling around up and down the country, even going out of the country and still being able to sort of edge forward in terms of progress and improve his body composition, it's absolutely superb. It's stuff that doesn't happen every day. Now, for me, it's been a pleasure to watch this guy grow in terms of business, to watch him tackle a prep. I remember speaking to him briefly before, while he was thinking about it, and just saying to him, listen, I think you'd be good with Carl. And now that partnership, the ceiling to what they can achieve, no one knows. Because they're just getting better and better with 5 weeks to go. He's way ahead of where he should be. And that's what you want, just to cruise into the show, because it's about mitigating stress and managing stress. And he's got the right person driving that ship, who's Cal. And Cal is very clued up about landing the plane safely, if we can use that analogy. But absolutely buzzing for Jay. I can't wait to see where this goes over the next couple of weeks. So credit to Jay, credit to Calum for really dialing him in. And I respect this, because I probably wouldn't be able to do what he's done, to be able to drive long hours, then focus, capturing content, then focus on a laptop, editing that content to then bring it out to the client. It's nothing short of remarkable. So for me, just sit back and just really enjoy that ride. Whatever happens at the end, for me, he's won, because very few people, if any, can juggle all those balls. And he's got a family, a wife and a daughter and a dog. It's like, where does this guy get the time? For me, I've only got myself to look after, and and that's hard as it is. So I had a wife, I had a dog, I had a daughter, and then a job like Jay's got, which is traveling the country, from Wales to Durham, from Wales to Manchester, Wales to Cheltenham, Wales to London, long haul drive. So credit to Jay, and let's all buckle up and see where this ends. Wherever he goes, it's going to be remarkable.
Easy, man. You be good. Come on, Carl. Come on. Come on. Keep it coming. Yeah. Come on. And again. Come on. There's more. Oh, yep. Oh, motherfucker. Okay, so in for push. We're having to adapt the session a little bit because someone's on the Smith, but Carl has very kindly let me run with what's on my plan. So we've just did pec deck, put a couple of reps in there for that. First big press, so we've got incline, we've got a shoulder press, we've got a flat, Frontline Fitness. I love training up here because obviously they've got the Prime, they've got all the the different angles and stuff, and the Atlantis. At home, I don't have the novelty of adjusting strength curves and that, so I'm not even though I film a lot of people that use the strength curve stuff and using the different pins and stacks, Carl's going to be more clued up on this today, so he's going to run in terms and he'll explain exactly what we're doing there. So
nice.
Another biscuit.
Yeah. Fresh from the Procoach seminar.
Yeah.
Fitness.
Let's go. Yeah. Good, stay in there. Again. One more. There you go. Good lad. Good. Three, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. Come on. Easy. Good. Come on. Yes. Yes. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh, one first. With
Let's
me.
go,
With
then.
me.
Let's
With
go.
me. With me.
Here you go. Up. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Nice, man.
Fuck it out. The simplest way to figure out the prime kit is we've got this big axis. You can point that on that side, the part that it rotates on. Wherever the plates are and adjacent to the part that it's rotating on will govern where it's going to be lighter and heavier, right? So we always use a 90-degree angle. So if I pulled this plate off and dropped it on the floor, it's working in one line, right? It's gravity.
Yeah.
So wherever this plate is, up and down, relative to this point here, at a 90-degree angle, is where it's going to be its heaviest. And the closer it moves up and the further it moves down will govern where it's lightest. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we can see on here, these plates are closest, particularly the ones on the bottom, at the bottom of the rep.
Yeah.
So it's going to be lighter down here. And as I press this and this comes up here, those move further away from the axis and it gets heavier.
Yeah.
So with this now, we're biasing it, unloading a little bit down here because we just taxed that on the end range on the press.
Yeah.
And we're going to get a little bit heavier in that
On
top position.
Science, bitch. Not sure if it has the same appeal now when I'm pressing in a red thong.
Yeah, makes you stronger. Makes you stronger. I think that's being called aerodynamic. I'd just take your pants off, to be honest, to show.
Should I just?
Yeah. Hit some posts in between. Good. Yes, sir. Good. Up. Good. One. Up. Ah, there you go.
Fucking.
That's heavy as fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, Matt. Jesus. Easy. Good. Come on. You beat me. Easy. Yeah.
Oh, two.
Come on then. Come on.
Ah, stand. See how quickly it dies there.
Yeah. When I'm coming, swallow the G-string. Two.
Yep. Oh. Yep.
B.
Yep. One more. On there. Good lad.
Just go straight in.
Yeah, fuck it.
Up. One more.
Yep.
Up. Oh.
All right.
Yeah. Look all right?
Yeah, it's good, man.
Let's go. Yeah. Come on. Come on.
One.
Here we go.
Oh, fuck, you know.
Ooh, big strong boy.
Drop. Partials at the bottom.
You having a drop?
No, it's a one straight set, bro.
Straight, yeah. Good man, come on. Yeah, come on, rinse them. Rinse. Partials. 5, 4, 3, 2. Nice.
A scoop. There you go. That's the one, mate. Straight in. That's the one. Hold. Rotate a little bit more. Pull into it more.
As you probably just saw, Carl stripped me down in the middle of the gym, and then I turned around after facing that way, and every fucker was sitting here watching me. So thank you to everyone, if any of you are in here now watching this. I was a sweaty mess, but I'm gonna have to get used to standing there in the red panties with people looking at me. Carl reckons I could be ready in 2. I'm fully in my fucking head, I'll be honest, I'm fully in my own head at the minute. So, obviously we've got 7 and a bit weeks until the show, and he said I could be ready in 2. So we're gonna, he hasn't said what we're gonna do. I guess we're just gonna taper down and literally roll into that show in 7 and a bit weeks. Again, just managing fatigue and not pushing too hard, because he's taken out, like we started with my week 5 and 6 volume, but it was like extended sets now, but now... You done a feeler? Yeah, I've done a feeler. We've pulled all the extended sets out because it's just, the reward ain't worth it, so we're just doing straight sets now until the show. So we've got a dumbbell skull crusher to finish, and then, triceps finish, dumbbell skull crusher, and a crossbody extension, and then perhaps we'll get a big man to comment on the sweaty mess you just witnessed in pants.
fuck.
That's done, Cal.
Push done.
Push done before we set off to Dubai.
Yep.
What do you think, mate?
It's very good, mate. Again, it's that memorable like landmark in prep where you kind of enter no man's land in terms of where you are, where the athlete is from a psychological standpoint. Because that's where like fatigue starts to kick in and the realization of what you're doing starts to kick in, and then that little bit of self-doubt starts to kick in as well and kind of wraps everything else together. So I was just telling Jay earlier in terms of like it's important to be like bought into the process emotionally, but becomes a point where you can be too subjective in that regard. So kind of blocking that off and just going into robot mode, there's a lot of merit in that. And the reason why I'm here as a coach is to do the thinking part of the process for him and to pull the stress off him. So an athlete's always going to respond in the lowest stress state, and all you've got to do is focus on your daily tasks and doing what you need to do on a daily basis. So it's a very, very good position, very, very good position to be in. Conditions great. All the areas that you would typically see at this point in prep and look at that and go, I'm not quite sure we're going to be able to get in time, or we're going to have to really hammer that. It's not there, like everything's there. It's just a case of inching forward, so it's the best place to be.
One step at a time.
One step at a time. Everywhere's moving at the same pace, which is quite rare in that regard, because it's normally our lower back's still holding, or the glutes are still holding, or the quads are still holding, whereas it's just simply not the case. It's a really good position to be in.
Yeah. Obviously we've spoke off camera or whatever, and the emotional thing is a thing, and I think that's killed me in the past as well. When I did that last prep series, 2020 prep, I said at the end of that, like, it was going so well, smooth, and then the pinnacle of the 2020 prep was the photo shoot with Bailey, and then the day before, me and the wife had a bit of an argument all on from my side because I didn't tell her how long I was going to Alicante, and then the stress of not speaking, and then the photo shoot was a write-off because I just looked dog shit. So I know that the stress can play a factor in how I look 100%, and you've just fucking cemented that off camera as well. So it is good that I've got you on board and in my corner as well. And I'm obviously fucking over the moon with the way I look. It's just letting you deal with all that shit, and then me just doing it. So, but it's been good. Thank you for getting involved today, bro. Obviously, I wanted to get this done about halfway through, and then guess the next time we see you will be around about showtime.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll be doing something in Dubai if I can manage it. But thank you for watching. Thank you to Cal, thank you to Jack, and I shall see you in the next one. Peace.